Death Note follows the story of Light Yagami, an exceptionally intelligent high school student who grows frustrated with the corruption, violence, and injustice he sees in the world. One ordinary afternoon, he discovers a mysterious black notebook lying on the school grounds. The notebook belongs to a supernatural being known as a Shinigami, or god of death, and its first page contains a terrifying rule. Anyone whose name is written inside the notebook will die, provided the writer clearly imagines the person's face. At first, Light dismisses the notebook as a prank, but curiosity leads him to test it on a dangerous criminal whose identity is being broadcast on television. When the criminal dies exactly as described, Light realizes that the notebook's power is real. Shocked but fascinated, he quickly begins experimenting with its rules and limitations. He learns that he can control not only the victim's death, but, within certain limits, the victim's final actions before dying. Believing that he has been chosen to reshape humanity, Light adopts the secret identity Kira. He begins writing the names of convicted criminals from around the world, hoping to eliminate crime and create what he believes will become a perfect society. As criminals mysteriously die from heart attacks in unprecedented numbers, people across the globe become divided. Some worship Kira as a savior delivering justice where governments have failed, while others condemn him as a ruthless serial killer who has no right to decide who lives and who dies. Watching these events unfold is Ryuk, the Shinigami who intentionally dropped the Death Note into the human world simply because he was bored. Ryuk has no interest in helping or stopping Light. Instead, he serves as an amused observer, fascinated by the unpredictable consequences of giving absolute power to a human. The growing wave of unexplained deaths soon attracts the attention of the world's greatest detective, known only as L. Brilliant, eccentric, and highly secretive, L immediately concludes that Kira is operating from Japan and begins an elaborate investigation. Rather than confronting Kira directly, L carefully sets traps and psychological tests designed to reveal his identity. Light recognizes that someone of extraordinary intelligence is hunting him, and he eagerly accepts the challenge. Their confrontation evolves into an intense intellectual battle in which every conversation, every clue, and every decision becomes part of a larger strategic game. As suspicion increases, Light's own family becomes connected to the investigation because his father serves as a respected police officer leading the Kira task force. Light secretly manipulates events from within, using his intelligence to remain one step ahead while maintaining the appearance of an innocent and hardworking student. Every move he makes carries enormous risk, forcing him to think several steps ahead of his opponents. The conflict becomes even more complicated with the arrival of Misa Amane, a famous model and devoted supporter of Kira. Having experienced personal tragedy, Misa believes Kira delivered justice for her family and willingly offers her assistance. She possesses another Death Note and has made a dangerous bargain with a Shinigami to gain the Shinigami eyes, allowing her to instantly see a person's true name and remaining lifespan. While her loyalty greatly strengthens Kira's position, her impulsive personality frequently creates new dangers that Light must carefully manage. As the investigation intensifies, alliances constantly shift, hidden rules of the Death Note are revealed, memories become important weapons, and carefully planned sacrifices alter the balance of power. The struggle expands beyond a simple chase between detective and criminal, becoming a philosophical conflict over justice, morality, authority, and the corrupting influence of unlimited power. Throughout the story, Light gradually changes from an idealistic young man determined to eliminate evil into someone willing to manipulate, deceive, and sacrifice anyone who stands in his way. Each victory convinces him further that he alone deserves to rule the new world he dreams of creating. Meanwhile, those pursuing Kira refuse to abandon their belief that no individual should possess absolute authority over life and death. The story ultimately explores profound questions rather than offering simple answers. It challenges readers to consider whether noble intentions can justify horrific actions, whether justice can exist without fairness and accountability, and how easily extraordinary power can transform even the brightest mind into the very kind of tyrant it once sought to destroy. Through relentless psychological warfare, unforgettable characters, and constant moral tension, Death Note remains one of the most influential psychological thriller stories in modern anime and manga. As the investigation reaches a critical stage, the contest between Light and L grows even more dangerous because neither can afford even the smallest mistake. Every conversation is carefully calculated, every action is designed to test the other's reactions, and every new piece of evidence has the potential to expose Kira's identity. L narrows his suspicions until Light becomes one of his primary subjects, but proving that suspicion is another matter entirely. Light continues presenting himself as an intelligent, cooperative student while secretly manipulating events behind the scenes. At the same time, Misa Amane's devotion to Kira creates unexpected opportunities as well as serious risks. Her willingness to sacrifice part of her lifespan for the Shinigami eyes give her the ability to identify people instantly, making her a powerful ally, yet her emotional decisions often threaten the secrecy that Light depends upon. To protect himself, Light develops increasingly complex strategies involving hidden notebooks, carefully planned alibis, and layers of deception that confuse both the investigators and his enemies. The story then introduces additional Death Note rules that influence the investigation in surprising ways, forcing both sides to reconsider everything they previously believed. At one point, Light voluntarily gives up ownership of the notebook, causing him to lose every memory connected to it. Without those memories, he sincerely appears innocent, working alongside the investigation with genuine determination to catch Kira. This dramatic change makes even L question his own conclusions, although he never completely abandons his doubts. Meanwhile, the notebook changes hands, allowing another individual to continue Kira's killings, proving that the supernatural weapon can influence anyone who possesses it. As new suspects emerge, the task force follows a fresh trail that eventually uncovers a powerful organization exploiting the Death Note for personal gain. During this period, Light behaves like the honest young man he once was, showing remarkable intelligence in helping solve the case without realizing that he himself had originally created the entire situation. Eventually, through an extraordinarily elaborate plan prepared long in advance, ownership of the notebook returns to Light, instantly restoring all of his lost memories. In a single moment, he remembers every strategy, every secret, and every ambition to become the god of a new world. The psychological duel immediately resumes, but now Light has regained the advantage because his opponents remain unaware that the innocent investigator standing beside them has once again become Kira. The conflict reaches a tragic turning point as sacrifices are made by both humans and Shinigami, demonstrating that every use of the notebook demands a terrible price. The investigation continues under enormous pressure, while Light's confidence grows stronger with each successful deception. However, his increasing belief in his own perfection gradually leads him toward greater arrogance. Instead of simply avoiding capture, he begins believing that victory is inevitable, overlooking the possibility that even the most brilliant plan can contain hidden weaknesses. This growing overconfidence quietly lays the foundation for the next phase of the story, where new investigators, unexpected alliances, and relentless determination challenge Kira in ways unlike anything he has faced before, pushing the battle over justice, morality, and absolute power toward its unforgettable conclusion.